Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with me, you heard 37. So back into the 182 Skylane, and back from Hamburg, EDDH, and in this episode we're going to be flying, I should have just stayed there, shouldn't I have? EDXR, I don't know how to pronounce this. Schachtholm, Rendsburg, Germany. Schachtholm, sorry if I'm sure I'm butchering that, but I really don't know how to pronounce it. Schachtholm, something like that. I just noticed that's a really short flight when we get there. If we can take that, I don't know if we'll be able to do that or not. But, yeah, Schachtholm? I don't know. Alright, FS Commander. Alright, as you can see, it's basically come from the northwest, the wind here. So we're going to take off on runway 332. Or 332, runway 33, heading of 332 in Schachtholm. The only weather I can see is right here, and it's coming from the southwest. I don't see any. Yeah, there's another one. So I think we're just going to have to say it's coming from the southwest, which is just fine, because that lines up actually perfectly to come in against the wind. Runway 21, heading of 2. Move that over. Yeah, 206. There's a grass runway too, but I don't want to land on the grass, and it really just comes in quite perfect from the northeast. Check this out. Runway 21, like I said, heading of 206 is 3,100 feet long. The elevation is 23 feet. An asphalt runway. By the way, there's no chart I can't find, at least on NavGraph. And AirNav only does U.S. airport, so if any of you European guys, I don't know what exactly website I should use to find any kind of charts like that, or just any more information about the airport that would kind of help. Like I said, NavGraph doesn't have it, has only the bigger ones, and AirNav is only in the U.S., so don't know how to, what website I should use to look for something like that. Okay, back over to my flight. Here we are. Alright, 26 gallons. I need to write that down. So we've been using about 7 gallons in each. That was 96 miles. So we used 7 each way, so that's been pretty good. Alright. We got the 3 people, so there's no seats available. Only pays $18.90, but it's a shorter flight. It's only 30 nautical miles, so it should be a really short flight. And with that, we can go ahead and move on over to FSX. Alright, everybody, we're at Schachtholm. That's what I'm going with. We're not at Schachtholm, we're going to Schachtholm. I'm sorry, Hamburg. Alright, FSEconomy, got the 2 greens. I'll start this thing up. Alright, she's a going. Full screen it. Alright, make sure I don't know if she's good or not. Like new. Let's see. In the replay, in the FS Recorder replay, the front wheel shows, but for some reason out here, that wheel doesn't show. I think maybe if I run the EZDok config tool, maybe that'll fix it. That's just very, very odd. It doesn't show. Alright, we need 3 people, so how do I bring you on? How do I bring you on? There you go. Now you're in. Alright, so let's see. 26 gallons. Let's see what this is showing. 13.5. 13. So that gives us what, 26.5? So that's good right there. Should be good. Well, oh shoot. I should have done that before FSEconomy. Daggone it. I don't know if that'll... Oh, I hope that doesn't screw anything up. Oh, man. Well, I just barely moved it, so it shouldn't notice a huge change. I moved it by, what, a gallon? So I don't think FSEconomy will even realize that as anything bad. Alright. Let me get my procedures out. Alright. We're not going to do that pre-flight inspection, passenger briefing, seats and seatbelts, brakes. You see, they're tested. Parking brake is coming on. All the electrical equipment is off. All the circuit breakers are pushed in. See, he's going to a different runway, but... So we're going over here to take off this way. I'm not sure why he's taking off that way. I think that is the runway that they were saying when we came in on our last flight, but that doesn't make any sense because of the weather that we saw. Anyhow, avionics master switch is off. Right here. Cowling flaps are open. Fuel selector is showing both. Avionics circuit breakers delay, they are checked in. Alright, we'll crack the throttle a quarter of an inch. Propellers in high RPM. That's an idle cutoff. Propeller area is clear. Master switch is coming on. Flashing beacon comes on. See, I don't know. Well, that's the autopilot, isn't it? Alright, so we're not going to... by the way, I'll just show you. Hopefully this doesn't screw that up. But you push this in, you'll see a fuel flow. And then you cut it off. Hopefully I didn't just foul it up. Because, like I said, I've been having that daggone problem. That's why I've been doing that. Someone else saw a video or two, and someone said... Because it says 3 to 5 seconds. But another person has been having... Other people have had problems with that fouling up if you do 3 to 5 seconds as well. So hopefully that didn't totally screw it up. So I'm going to give it a little bit of fuel here. Please work. Alright, slowly push that in. Alright. Move my RPM up to about 1,000 or so. And we can go ahead and lean it out some. I'll leave it right there at 57. Alright, oil pressure. You see it's checked there in the green. Ammeter, it is in fact charging. Navigation lights, we just need the nav on. Taxi and everything, we don't need that on. Avionics master switch. Wait, now it's on? I may have screwed that up. That is on. Radios, let's turn everything on. Somehow I screwed that up on the last flight as well. You can go into standby. Alright, radio's on, the flaps are retracted. I don't know why it always says flaps retract.
Hamburg ground, contact 47902 with
I'd actually kind of like to... That way we don't have to listen to them while I'm talking. Parking brake is obviously set. Alright. The runway heading, we're going to be taking off on 33. That's 332. There we go, 332. I'm going to go ahead and set this to 5,500 so we don't have to do that while in the air. It's been kind of weird every time we turn that on, something, it gets a little weird at first. Probably my fault. Switch it over to GPS. Alright. So they're gonna go over to that runway as well, huh? Taxi light coming on. It's another Star Alliance plane. Maybe it's the same one. Maybe they're just doing laps around the airport. That's why it always looks so funky, and I hadn't realized that daggone wheel is missing. Alright everybody, I'm back. I looked over and Hauppauge had just crashed. So, we're back now. May have just screwed me up of where I am. There we are. Yeah, I looked over, and right as soon as I looked over, man, she crashed on me, so I had to restart it up. I'm not sure what we left off on. I do like flying around Hamburg, though, man. It's such a cool airport with all the buildings everywhere. Like, right on the airport, like, right beside it. It's a pretty cool area. It's not even that bad as a default airport because of that. It'd be cool if somebody, I don't know if there's a Hamburg out there, a third-party airport or not. Would it be, if it's really like this, man, that'd be really cool because the buildings just are fantastic with all that stuff around it. Alright, we're gonna stop right here. Parking brake is coming on. I'm gonna give just a little bit of throttle. Voice sounds like she's about to die. Alright. Cabin doors and all that. We don't care about the flight controls. Looks like I can bring mine up. So the plane moving all around. Rudders, pedals, everything's good. Take that back off. Fuel quantity, let's see. 13, what? 13, oh, each side, which is correct. Mixture, going full rich. Fuel selector valve is still on both elevator and rudder trim. We need to trim this up. Come down here and see a little better. Alright, flaps. There we go to 10. Alright, going up to 1800 RPM. Right about there. Checker. Wow, I don't know. I don't think that's really within range, but what do you do? That one is. It's kind of odd. So I guess that's technically a fail, is it not? I think that it went down a little too much there on that first one. But, I mean, it can't be prevented from flying, so I'm not really sure what you would do. Alright, the RPM, propeller control, the vacuum, we're in the green. Engine instruments, ammeter is charging. Bring this back now. Alright, annunciator panel, we've got nothing going on. Let's see, strobe lights. I'm going to turn on the pitot heat as well. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the landing lights as well. Autopilot is off. Nav and GPS, we're set to GPS. Cabin windows, flaps, cowlings are open. Alright, so we're pretty much ready to go. I want to check and see something real quick. That looks right, because last time I had to, in the air, I couldn't figure out what was going on and why the autopilot was going off. And if you remember, the heading wasn't set to the runway, even though I had properly set it. It was because I had to reset the, what do you call it, the heading indicator. So I reset the heading and voila, it did work. It worked. Alright, so I'm going to check over here. Runway's clear, although they're taking off on the other one, that's why. Everything is good. Right, so we're entering the runway. Condor. It's that yellow and white one. British Airways, Lufthansa. I kind of like that blue and yellow, although it's kind of weird. Alright. I hate how it's so abrupt. Alright. Parking brake is on, so I want to check to make sure that... we saw those two planes over there. I want to make sure no one's taken off. That would be bad. I love how it's the PAPI lights and everything is actually you and not the plane. Alright, take that parking brake back off now. Alright, let's go ahead and get on out of here. as hell didn't see him. Come on, girl. Come back to the right for me. Go ahead and retract the flaps. A bit more sluggish than the past few flights. Put the nose down a little bit. You want to cruise or climb at about 85 to 95 knots. Free up my hands so I can get to the other checklists. There, the nose is starting to come down a little better. Autopilot is on. Go over to nav. Let me get that nose down. Before I hit that. She doesn't go, see, See, I hate having to come down here. Move to 1,000, never come back up. Arm that for the altitude. Last time we had her bouncing all around. They'd have to take both my hands off, but I gotta do it. Alright. Airspeed 85 to 95 knots. We're gonna decrease our climb just a little bit. Remove that. Bring the power back. About 23 and 24 on that. Mixture 15 gallons per hour or full rich, whichever is less. So I guess technically we can go ahead and start leaning it out a bit. Now let's see. Alright, so it is 23 or less, which we're right at, and 2400 RPM. Cowling flaps are open, and fuel selector is, of course, at both. It doesn't seem like we're climbing quite as good. Maybe it was just compared to the last flight when we had less people, though. I actually can increase the power just a little bit. There we go. Right, just keeping that in the green. And I'm wondering if because we're leaned out so much, if that isn't kind of how that's affecting it. Because usually it seems like we've been able to climb a little bit quicker than this. We're already 32 miles out. I don't know if we should, if there's any real point in going up to 5,500 feet. alarm. We've only got about a little over 800 feet now. Like I say, it's kind of pointless because we're almost ready to descend. I wonder if there are any procedures over here, by the way. Yeah, I figured it might be too small of an airport. Much we'll cruise for just a minute or two, probably, and then descend on back down. Just make sure she stops. I armed the altitude. I think that's the good. Probably should have just gone to 3,500 feet, really. Also close the cowling flaps. This needs to be at no more than 80%. We're right there at 78. Yeah, 15 to 23 inches of mercury. We're in the clear there. Prop RPM, like I said, no more than 80%. We put it at 78. Mixture lean, but I still haven't looked at the manual. Cowling flaps are closed, so we're good there. Might actually be able to get that over here on our list. EDXR is what we're looking for. Did I say? Hold on 1 second. Alright, EDXR, Schachtholm. Let's see how he says it. Let me make sure. I believe it was 21. It is back 21. Full stop landing. And that's our position. He doesn't say Schachtholm. I had to say it. Why doesn't he have to say it? Alright, so we're going to get ready for our descent. Power is desired. Mixture enrichment is required. Cowling flaps stay closed. Altimeter, we'll set that in just a second. Nav GPS will be set. Fuel selector valve is still in both. You don't have to worry about the flaps just yet. Runway 21. Let me move my heading over here to the right. My range out. I can't quite see it just yet. I'm going to go ahead and switch us over to heading. And I'm going to set this to about 2,800. I always hit that wrong knob. Now, I've still got to learn how to use that. Arm the altitude. Turn the altitude hold off. Listen at 600 feet a minute. I'll pull back on the power a little bit. Outside. And this has been just like the other flights that we've been doing around here. Orbex is openLC Europe, which is awesome. It does make a huge difference, I gotta say. Brings in some really nice textures. Maybe pull back on the power a little bit. We're getting a little too quick, almost into the yellow. go down to 2,800. Conning flaps are closed. Right, everything looks pretty good. Just 22 miles out now. Might need to come out to the right a little bit more. If I can get that thing, there we go. But it's angled just a little bit here. I can't quite really see it. There you go. We'll take it out just a little bit more so we can make a better approach at it. Just 20 miles out. We'll just say that it's a left traffic, which most airports I guess actually are left traffic. Some are right. Most are left traffic because the pilot's in the left seat, so we good. See, I couldn't, I don't know where to get the ATIS frequency, ATIS, to set our altimeter, so we'll just use the default button to set it for us. We'll go out to the right just a little bit more. 1,000 feet to go on our descent. We're actually descending a little too quick. I figured that might happen. Let's put it at 300 feet a minute. Actually, I'm just going to set it like 200. Put it. There we go. Because we still need to come over here, be at 2,800 feet, so it's a little quick. Go out to the right just a little bit more as well. I guess you could come in a little bit closer and then do the downwind approach and everything. Which is probably more correct now that I think about it. We'll just fly straight out and over. Actually come back a little bit more. Probably got her out a little too much because that is 20. We're used to 10. We're actually probably a little bit further out than we really wanted to be. Bring that down though, yeah. I think we actually got ended up, since I moved that to 20 out, there's probably a little too much there out to the right. We could speed her up a little bit as well. We'll just go to 2x. This plane gets a little crazy sometimes when you're 4x and making turns and stuff. This plane doesn't like it a whole lot. Some planes are like that. The more sophisticated, I guess, third-party ones. Alright, we're only 14 miles out. It just, man, those textures are so nice. Got some flashing right there. But openLC, it really, really does make a difference. To the left. I think it does actually show the grass runway as well, which is kind of weird. Alright, leveling out at 2,800. So I'm going to go ahead and put full rich on the mixture with that prop to 100%. High RPM. be a little too far over to even be able to see the daggone airport. Only 9 miles away. As you saw, this is not a big airport. Go ahead and say that we're on the downwind leg. We should have come in closer, like I was saying, a little bit closer. Still don't quite see her. Perhaps we need to get a little bit closer. Although she is we're getting a little closer there at the top. We're not perfectly parallel. It's because I want to get a little closer so we can actually just take a look at it. I don't really see that river. That river is coming horizontal, but from here it looks like it's like that. And it says that we actually just went by it. I do not see it anywhere. Where are you? Like I say, that river is horizontal, but this should be more vertical. Here's that little bend right there. Right there, maybe. Well, it should be a little bit more behind us, but I think that's got to be it right there. There's going to be our runway. You can see the buildings. Why do I always go for that bottom button? Altitude hold off. Armor for 2,500. Send at 300 feet a minute. Might want to go a little further because 2,500 feet might be a little high for her. I guess this is Schachtholm, maybe? City? Town, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I feel like we might be a little high from right here. Tell you what, I'll go ahead and move it down to 2,200. Don't level out. 296 would be exact. Be 90 degrees. Damn it. Alright.
Echo Delta X-ray Romeo traffic. Cessna.
We might need to go ahead and turn to it. I think we might have got a little too far.
Runway 21.
I got so much stuff to do, it feels like. 206. I think we've turned too daggone soon. Alright. I was correct the first time. Doesn't make it any easier that I can't actually. Yeah, what am I doing? Turn. That sucks that we can't see the daggone airport. Although it feels like we should be turning. It shows that the main runway is right here, but that doesn't make any sense. But this river doesn't make any sense. I feel totally discombobulated in this flight. Let's see if it was 206, then we've come out too far. In which case I was correct to turn the first time. Alright, now that looks a little more like it. But we did in fact come out too soon. We came out too far, I should say. I can't even speak. I'm gonna have to sit up because I let her come down so low that she's a little harder to see now. So we came out way too far. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know why I'm so discombobulated. And now we will be flying with the river. I'm totally discombobulated. And it looks like she's just on the left side of the river. Should be right over there. That shows right at the bend. On up a little bit. Very odd. I don't know what happened. Is that it? Not it right there. Because that does not make sense if you look at the GPS. It's not at the bend like that. I don't quite understand what's going on here. Alright. One notch of flaps. It's a good thing on this plane you can get the flaps out early, because it does, it is such a quick speed, all the way up to 140 knots actually. Second notch of flaps is coming out. It's 20 degrees. Yeah, it doesn't. It's right in the bend, and if you look at it, we're at the bend right now. I don't quite understand. It doesn't seem like it's set up correctly. Or, I mean, it doesn't look like correctly on the map, on the GPS. This is a very awkward flight, is it not? I'm going to go ahead and say we're on the final.
Echo Delta X-ray Romeo traffic. Cessna November
Get a
5.
little more on the
Delta
power,
Mike
just a
is
little
on
tad.
final runway 21 to land.
Before landing checklist, pilot and Seabacks, all that good. Fuel selector valve is in both. Mixture is rich, high RPM. All of our landing lights and everything are on. We're good. Alright, power just a little bit. From the full flaps to 30 degrees. Hey, how that thing speeds up. Kind of like it sometimes, not when I got things to do. 206. It's actually a little bit high. Actually, I don't think we're... It doesn't seem like we're insanely high. Just a little bit. Dropping speed. I'm gonna try and do a little bit better flare. It seems like I pulled back the yoke way too hard. I need to do a little bit smoother. I've noticed on our landings, I've been kind of herky jerky. Right at 60 knots. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Speed just dropped like kind of jagged crazy. So I seem kind of herky-jerky too. And when I say I'm not going to be herky-jerky, it sounds good, but then when it comes time to do it, it feels like the moves have to be a little bit quicker. Okay, let me hop out here. Okay, because I was going to go to those buildings, but I don't think you can go to those buildings. This is that runway. It's kind of an odd... Those taxi lines cut right through the grass. So I guess we go to the right. Hold on a second. Alright, let me see if I can get back out here. Because there is this over here. Alright, so I guess... Alright, we'll come over here. I don't want to get... We'll park right there because we don't want to get near that fuel pump. It'll screw everything up. Well, no, it won't because FSEconomy has already registered it. Everything it needs. Way too on the throttle there. Flaps are retracted. Alright, so yeah, because I was going to go over to the right there. But it's just a big open space, but I guess we won't go there. Yeah, that was a weird flight, man. I feel like I got really discombobulated and everything. And that map just didn't seem right at all. Come on. I dropped her down a little too much there. Now that we're clear of the runway.
Echo Delta X-ray Romeo traffic. Cessna November 516 Delta Mike is clear of the runway.
Alright. Strobe light, landing lights, you come off. Pitot heat, you're off as well. We'll get rid of this GPS. Alright. Now we'll go over to to our parking area. I'm not sure if we came down too hard or not. We probably did. I have to look at the replay. Because we just did get the stall warning just for a second, and that's when we touched down. Like I was saying, I didn't want to be so herky-jerky, but at the end it kind of felt like the plane was dropping a little more than I wanted to. A little too quick. Right on over here. Alright, that should be pretty good right there. Hard to judge with no wheel. Alright, after landing, I did not open the cow flap stack on it. I should have done that. See, I didn't look at the procedure. Should have done that before we actually taxied. The flaps are up. The parking brake is set. Throttle is at idle. Just turn off all of our electronics. I don't think you can turn the autopilot off, but it is off. I don't think you can actually shut that down. Let's see. Avionics master switch. Let me get this off of here. We'll come off. By the way, the taxi light, you can come off. Cut that. Ignition, you should actually come off before the master switch, I guess. Beacon and nav. Doesn't really say what to do with that, to be quite honest, when you turn those off. Master switch is off. Control lock, I think, is that this? I can't remember. I don't remember how to do that. I think that was it, though. I'm thinking. By the way, oh, there's the map. Alright, how do I get the map off? There we go. X. Alright, fuel selector route. It says you should turn it left or right to prevent cross-feeding. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the daggone control lock. I don't know how to get it over there. How do you do it? I thought you just clicked it. The heck with it. Alright, let's go over to FSEconomy and get paid. Alright, everybody, we'll go over here to logs, YT flyers. Check this out. So, it brought in $1,890. We were in the plane for 43 minutes. Ground crew fee, $189 was our only real expense. So we actually earned $1,701 for this flight. $567 went to YT Flyers and $1134 to me. Yeah, those textures from the outside are mixed up. I just realized like some of the windows and stuff are missing from the outside. I think I need to run that EZDok config thing. That'll probably fix it. I checked the condition of the plane as well, and it said like new. So I'm a little over 20,000. YT Flyers is a little over 17,000. So we're well on our way to get some more planes. I don't know what we'll get. Obviously, other people that are in the group should have some input on that. I don't know if they want to go with a smaller plane like a Baron B-58, or if we should save up some money and get something else, like a Caravan or something. But I think also it kind of depends on what third-party planes everyone else has. Like, I don't know if everyone will be able to fly the 182, if it's just going to be me and Ivan, because obviously you need a 182 to be able to do it. It's Ivan's plane that he leased to us. Of course, anyone can fly it in our group if you want. And you can just apply to YT Flyers if you want to be a part of it. There's actually 13 people. I think I said 14 last episode. It's actually 13 people. Yeah, if you have 182, feel more than free to fly it, man. So yeah, third-party planes is kind of important, I guess, so everyone can have a good experience with the planes that we fly. But yeah, that'll be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. It was kind of weird. I got all discombobulated, but that, like I said, that map didn't seem right. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed it. Catch you guys on the next flight.